Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another game review. And today we're going to review Battlefield 5. And if it's any good, 4 years after its initial release, today we live in September 2022 and it was released in November of 2018, so nearly 4 years. We wanted to see if this game is still very good. Well, me personally, I really love World War II games. I like the scenes, I like the impressions, I like the Allied side, the Axis side when it comes to weapons and technology and the way they portrayed the different sides in this huge battle. And with Battlefield 5, I mean, the only experience I have with Battlefield is the 2002 game Battlefield 1942, which is of course World War II oriented. The 2004 Battlefield Vietnam, which is Vietnam based. Also, back then they did a good impression when it comes to the battlefields of Vietnam and World War II. I'm kind of a history buff when it comes to the Second World War. I mean, I follow everything. I read a lot about it, watch a lot of documentaries. So for me, I can really feel if it's authentic and if the creator did its best to create something authentic, which I think is very important, especially in these kind of games. And I think they did a good job. The whole impression I got of the game is that it's authentic. It plays, the scene is set for Europe. You have the Atlantic, or I should say the Nordic parts, Nordlies. And you have also the fighting in the desert. You have the fighting in France and Germany in the end with the last Tiger. It was very well put together, and the scenes and the impressions I got felt really authentic. Also, it's a first-person shooter game, so I think it's important that the shooting action and the AI of the bots basically as well, and it was all good. It was up to the point. They give you a real hard time from time to time. You really need to sneak in and either go in there with brute force or try to outsneak them. The weapons, the way they reacted was also nice and authentic. The visuals and also the audio were great. Again, I think when it comes to World War II shooters, this was one of the best games I played for the last couple of years, the last 2 years. And with my old system, I just upgraded to a new one. With my old system, this was one of the most demanding games on my system I could play. I had a processor that was from 2014 and my GPU was from 2016. I mean, they could handle it, but I'm really looking forward with my new system to replay the game and also the multiplayer game, which I will show you also footage from live, hopefully. And it's still active while we talk about the multiplayer game. It's still active in September 2020. I just got the last update. I looked online. There's still many players playing this game. And for myself, I mean, I have 25 years of experience when it comes to first-person shooters, and this is one of the best games I played. Not really sure if because this is quite a modern game, 4 years old. A big gaming studio is behind it, DICE Studios and EA Games is behind it. So, they have the resources and they have the talent to make something very special. Overall, it still got mixed reviews from the public. Not really sure why, but there are so many multiplayer games and there's so many World War II related games that it's very difficult to stand out. But for myself, my personal opinion, I think they did a great job. For me, it really feels authentic and the missions are nice. And, it's always nice if a first-person shooter gives you a challenge without being too annoying. If there are certain parts in the game that you can't get past because they just give you an impossible task, some impossible enemy to conquer, then it gets annoying real fast. But they have a very nice balance, and there's a mission in the game that you need to conquer a few flag towers while being under the attack of the air. There are tanks rolling around through the streets and you have soldiers. That one was quite demanding, and it really took me a while to get that level done. But if you really think about it, it's like the type of game that you put off. You turn your computer off and you think about the best approach. and then the next day you start up your computer again and try it again, then 9 out of 10 times you conquer the challenge, which is nice because you really need to think about all the stuff that's going on at the same time, and it's like making a puzzle. And I think they did a great job. Again, I really think I can't knock them for that. A few stats before we really sign off. Battlefield 5, it sold at the end of 2020, and remember, it was released to the market in 20 November 2018. At the end of 2020, 7.3 million copies were sold of this game, and by the release of this video, there's probably 10 million copies. I'm not really sure what that means, if that's a big success, but I think they did very good because the competition is very fierce. I mean, the marketplace is running away with Call of Duty and that kind of game. Medal of Honor is not much of an influence no more, but Battlefield is always a little bit on the background. Also on this channel, I have Battlefield Bad Company 2 from 2010. I mean, it's 12 years old, you can really tell. But back then in 2010, it was a breath of fresh air. I really liked the game. And also with Battlefield 5, they did a great job. Great fights, very intense, very accurate weapons systems and tanks and cutscenes. They really portrayed a good vibe of the Second World War, if you can even speak like that. But they did. And again, one of the best games I played in the last 2 years. I suggest you also check out the storylines, which I streamed completely from beginning to end on my channel. And hopefully very soon I can start streaming some multiplayer content, which I take on opponents of the rest of the world. And hopefully I can still do this with 37 years of age. But time will tell. Thanks for watching these reviews. I hope you like these, and if you do, please subscribe, and we get back to you in another time. Thanks for watching.